At Kantar TNS, some clients come to us never having done an employee engagement survey before, much less have solicited feedback from employees on a grand scale. One of these more recent clients of mine came to us from out west. They're an Indian reservation that has a casino built on the site. They grew out of a small bingo hall many years ago, about 30 years ago, grew from a collection of families on the reservation to over 10,000 employees running a booming business in the casino industry. They're the best in their class and they're excited to be here. However, they've realized that now they're blending two sides of one story. They've got the traditional values and culture of the organization, of the tribe, but they've also got a really fast-growing collection of millennial employees, and they need to blend the two. They have to be one to be stronger and get into their goals and objectives for the next decade. So what did they do? They reached out to us at Kantar TNS. We're really the leader in building capability within our clients to take on these large initiatives and make it right for them. Not just an off-the-shelf solution, but really contracting, consulting, and partnering to get that thought leadership at the forefront of what's really going to work for our clients. That's where our heart truly is. So working with this client, we understood that not only is the data going to be important, but also the action taken from it. This is the first opportunity they have to prove that they're really listening, that what employees say matters, and that it's going to amount to something important. During our preparations and designing the survey process with this organization, it really became apparent that many of their managers had never received direct employee feedback before that could be hypercritical or hyper-celebratory, and we needed to connect those capabilities with all the managers to make sure that this was a successful process and endeavor. So what we did was bring in our partners from Second City Works. They really help infuse management practices with the central tenets of improvisation, meaning active listening, yes and, being more inclusive, and just helping humans be more human. This is a common problem across organizations. I've helped many managers understand that empathy and active listening and being okay to fail, take that feedback that's hard to hear and let the employee know you've heard them, you appreciate it, you're going to take action, and they're going to be part of it, is not too much to promise. And helping them practice those behaviors is the key to success. So with the partnership of Second City, we had a twofold approach. Before results were released with this client, Second City went out and put 650 managers through a half-day training in chunks of about 50 to get everyone through and help them understand and practice. So if you get bad feedback, what do you do? How do you receive that graciously? How do you let the employee know it's okay to be open and honest? Therefore reinforcing that cycle of continuous feedback. If I'm an employee and I tell you what I honestly think once and it doesn't go well, am I really likely to come back to you a second time with more important information? I'm really not. This is a trust-building exercise, just like any relationship. So Second City came out and did these really exciting, engaging trainings with the managers. It's not like anything you've done before, and that really worked with the casino environment. They want something new, fresh, entertaining, and Second City was just the ticket. After results were released, and actually during that process when they're seeing the data for the first time, I went out actually and did the same 650 managers, put them through a training on how to see that data, how to read the story, how to look at their reports and understand what employees were truly telling them. What do these numbers mean? How do I put this all together and go back to my employees and show them that I've really heard them? So it's a two-part process. What does the data say? And now what do I say about it? Going through both of those trainings, the managers really got to understand and feel more confident that whatever came back that was either critical or celebratory was all part of the experience. It's no secret to the employees. There's no purpose to hide anything. Now we just all have to go through it together and engage in those key behaviors that are going to get us to the future. This case study is important to me because it demonstrates the value that you get when you combine the data and the human side, the soft and the hard sciences that come together to create really good management practices. We see this not only in the line managers and middle managers that I trained with Second City, but also senior leadership is more bought in and engaged now than ever. This is now a sustainable environment. It's a sustainable process where we can continuously measure and have conversations and take action to keep bringing these cultures together, keep finding what makes this client great and different and better than their competitors. We can really bring this to life through continuous measurement, continuous action, and perpetual leader buy-in. As I was leaving and we were talking with the senior executives about what's going to happen next, we talked about things like ongoing surveys, follow-up on the action planning, accountability throughout the organization, and keeping it fun, keeping it fresh, because again, this is a casino environment. It can't just go stale. One of their senior leaders came up and said to me, as I asked him, how are we going to keep people coming back to this? How are we going to make this well really attractive and the data fresh for everyone? And make sure that leaders are taking action on those important pieces. He said to me, if we have their be-in, we don't need to worry about their buy-in. Meaning, as long as leaders are involved in the process and fulfilling their roles and showing up for their employees time after time, they're going to get the picture, they're going to see the light, and it's going to make sense in the long run. Moving forward, this client is working with really easy to use technology and reporting that helps those managers continually come back to the well, get more information, keep that conversation going, so it's not a one-time event. This is now not a life cycle survey or measurement, it's a lifestyle of having those honest conversations with employees and continuing to bring the two cultures together. What's more is not only is this technology available and helpful for this client, but I can take this anywhere and know that it's going to help managers of all shapes and sizes dynamically interact with their data. It becomes alive, it becomes theirs. It's not boring, it's not stale, it's something they can use and relate to and take over to engage with those employees and really make a difference. On a recent visit to this client, I was walking around the site and ran into a young woman who was working the floor of one of the casinos. And I asked her how it felt, how it was going since the survey. And she said to me, I really love it, my team's coming together, I have so much in common with them, and my manager's been talking to us and involving us in the process. And she said, I even love my job even more because now it doesn't feel like work. It feels like I'm helping clients that I care about and all the obstacles are out of the way. And that's what I want for everyone that I work with. It doesn't feel like work, it feels like fun, it feels like you're doing what you love.